Now, we are going to talk about a very important item. It's about sickle cell. It's about knowing your genotype before you, Charlie. I think it's not even before you marry. It's before you date. Because these days, the way people are doing that thing, by the time you realize 6 months into the thing, boom, boom. Charlie, it's becoming very alarming. And it's very important that you know the genotype of your partner, all right? Really important, because these days, no matter how careful you are, sometimes the thing ends up entering. So it's important you know your genotype, and we're going to have that conversation. But the bigger conversation is sickle cell, appreciating what it's all about and why it's something that you need to be abreast on. Now, in studio with me is Audrey Echampon, and she is the marketing and PR manager of this very campaign. And we also have Peter Elombwedu, who is also a physician. And of course, we've got Kobby Kyei, one of Ghana's finest social activists. He's promoting everything. He's actually the influencer for this project, but he's into a lot of social issues in the country. And I love the passion he has, whether it's road signs, whether it is, name it, whether it's education, health, he's there. He's using his influence for great things, helping to develop the country. And that's exactly what we want from these amazing influencers we have in our country. Kobby, good to have you. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. You're doing amazing.
Thank you very much.
I've been watching you. So
wow.
Congratulations to you for everything you're doing.
Thank you very much.
You're also super humble to be here.
You're also doing amazing. It's a wonderful work you're doing, What was it? Was it this morning or the course of this week? I was coming, I was on one of the stretches, then I saw your bill. I was like, yeah, that's the man. That's the man. That's the man. Not many influencers have billboards in the country. That's the man.
Thank you.
Great. Audrey, good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
You were dancing to the Perez music.
Yeah.
You like music?
Oh, I love Perez.
Wow.
Yes.
He's a church girl, though.
Oh, that's nice. What church is it?
Global Life Outreach Ministries at Domipila.
Wonderful. The way you were dancing it, I was like, I was telling my producer I should bring you the microphone or something. Yeah, so he's going to be in the studio late at night.
Good to be here.
Then Peter, good morning.
Hello,
how are you doing also?
I'm good, yes.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I understand you are the physicians. What do you do as physicians, though?
Oh, so people come to the hospital with complaints, with problems. Ours is to find out what the cause of those problems are and help address them.
Are you the guys who deal with the labs and you do the testing, or what do you do specifically?
So we are the medical doctors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the ones who do the pioneer and things. You're the ones who tell us bend down, or you're the one who tell us...
Well, not always, but some of the times.
No,
yes.
When I was young, I didn't like people because of that. They say we're going to see their doctor. It means that you're going to
have some
injury on your... But anyway, wonderful. But let's get into sickle cell, though. Tell me a little bit about this issue and how prevalent it is in Ghana, Doc.
Right. So good morning once again to your viewers and your listeners. Sickle cell disease, as we know it, is a genetic condition. When we say genetic, there's some programming, to put it simply, in the genes, right, that determines how your body looks like and functions. Okay. You get it? So this occurs at the DNA level. So it's a genetic condition that particularly affects the blood cells, the red blood cells, the cells that carry oxygen to the tissues of the body. Now, it's a very common condition. It tends to be most prevalent in our part of the world, that's sub-Saharan Africa. Okay. So about 80% of all cases worldwide are in sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
Yes, and this includes Ghana, right? Yes.
What have we done?
Yeah, and actually, about 2% of newborns annually are affected by sickle cell disease in Ghana.
2% of them?
Yeah, that comes down to about 15,000 children every year.
Every year?
Yes, affected by sickle cell disease in Ghana.
And we understand there is no medication for it?
Well, now medical science has advanced so much that there are actually curative treatments. Okay. But those treatments don't tend to be readily available to the ordinary Ghanaian. And so it's a condition that's best prevented.
Wonderful. We're going to get into what causes it, and maybe that's why I'll bring Audrey. What causes this, because I've seen, I heard a story of one lady who, one young kid who has sickle cell, and it's incredible. It's pain, it's misery for the family. it's misery for the family. What causes it in the first place?
Okay, thank you and good morning once again. I'll leave the what causes it for Dr. Elom, but let me briefly introduce the reason for this campaign. So we are here because of Epodomans Hospital. I'm a PR and marketing for Epodomans.
Okay.
Dr. Elom is a physician or a medical doctor at Epodomans Hospital. And of course, we couldn't have done this without Kobby, our campaign influencer, who's been doing amazing for the brand. Thank you, Kobby. So we thought it twice that as a women's hospital, actually, that's our specialty, that we see birth, we see women giving birth all the time, and then we have also come to understand some of these challenges and burdens that families bring upon themselves. We say bring upon themselves because, like Doc said, this can be prevented.
Yeah.
That is what we are doing, to educate all of us so much that Ghana would be better, so that the 15,000 children will not grow up to become 15,000 adults who are in constant pain, crying for help, who can have, so to speak, a regular life like you do, who can wake up and decide what they want to do or where they want to go. That is the reason for this campaign. But for the causes, I'll leave that to the physician, the expert, to speak about it.
All right. Yeah, so in terms of the cause, like I said, it's genetic, right? And so it's not by doing something that you get this condition.
Okay.
You inherit it from contributions by both parents.
I think that's what we get into the details about AS, AA, and all of those terminologies.
Exactly, right. So if we can go right into
it. Yeah, we'll get into it. Let me bring Kobby in now. Kobby, I mean, you have been helping Airport Women's Hospital, and you've also accepted to be part of this campaign. First of all, why did you jump onto this?
Right.
Thank you so much. Good morning again. So from your preamble, you mentioned that I've been doing projects with regards to health, education, road safety, and these are things that I always make sure that I'm a part of it. It's not just because I want to just do it. I want to promote Airport Women's Hospital and Sickle Cell and all that. With the road safety, I mean, I was directly involved where I always, drive and neglect pedestrians not, crossing. And my guilty conscience, I started the zebra crossing campaign and education. I grew up seeing children sit on blocks to study, so now turning myself into an influencer, I decided to be a part of it. Now, social media is a big community, just like we have the Nima, we have East Legon, physically. Airport Women's Hospital want to go there to just, educate churches and all that. Now, directly or indirectly on social media, I mean, it's also on social media where it's a community where people literally also saw churches are there, market women, the youth, couple, relationship, So it was just important for me to be a part of it, using my community as an influencer. And again, also having a cousin who also got married without not checking with his partner. And then they have a sickle cell, a child.
Wow.
And so anytime he will call me to say that he needs support to go to the hospital and the child is crying and all that. And this was even before Airport Women's Hospital even reached out.
Wow.
And also, I have a friend, Ivy, in the state, New Jersey, who also contacted me, and she was always on my neck that, Kobby, I think you need to start a campaign on sickle cell, because I lost my dear friend to me.
Wow.
And every year, this Ivy, my friend, is always crying, and, she wanted me to advocate for sickle cell, but I didn't know, the procedures, how I can, because it is not an area that you can just go into it. You need, experts like these people to come on board. And so I was just, one faithful day, I had a call from Audrey and they said that they are happy to announce that they want me to be a partner as an influencer to, use my platform to advocate for sickle cell and how we can encourage people, especially my platform, the young people on social media who are so much into relationship and they get married, they look at the vibe, they look at the flashy, weddings and the vibes all on social media, but they fail to check their genotype. So it was just important that I come on board to advocate and make sure that, and like you mentioned, and I really like that, you don't even have to wait to start a relationship before you even check. No. It should be a lifestyle. Just like walking in to check your HIV,
even inform your choices.
Exactly.
Right? Inform who you decide to even date.
Yeah.
Because look, it's very frustrating that you've dated somebody for 2 years, you never knew your genotype, you were just maddening in love with each other, hanging out, going for Kobby Kyei,
and then finally
enjoying yourself, going to Airport Women's Hospital to go and, do other things. And then you are ready to settle down. Then maybe your counselor says you have to go and check your genotype. Then you realize that, well, we're not compatible. Then you have a big issue at hand.
Very, very big issue.
Yeah, very big issue. So the point you make about the fact that we need to check it, just know this basic. And it will inform who you decide to fall in love with.
Absolutely.
Doc, let's come into the specifics as far as some of these things are concerned, because I'll just check in the issue about compatibility, because it comes down to the cause of the sickle cell ailment, all right? And I know there are a few genotypes. You've got the AA, you've got the AS, you've got the SS, all right?
Yeah.
And we want to get into it. And I'm sure this one will help most of our brothers and sisters here, all right? If you're getting ready to marry, you need to listen very carefully. Whether it's time to break up or it is time to continue. It's very important. All right,
break up is a strong word.
Yeah.
But that's the reality. That's the reality.
To separate.
Okay, separate, right? Great. She wants us to be very, very measured around it. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Okay, fine. I don't want to get... Great. But let's talk about, so which genotypes are there? I mean, because what I've seen here, there are about 3 of them or 4 of them.
Yeah, so there are actually so many more.
Okay.
Right? The normal genotype is the A.
A.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the A. When you have the A, the red cells are of normal shape. They function as they should.
Okay.
Right? Now, there are variations of that, which are abnormal. Get it? Now, this includes the S, which is the commonest one we hear about.
Okay.
Then the C, right? And there are so many others that...
There is a C there?
Yes, there's a C.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, these come in combination. So, everybody has a pair of these, right? So, it's determined by the combination from your parents.
Okay.
So if you have a father who is AA, a mother who is AA, each parent would give one of their A's.
Okay.
And so you definitely have a child with AA genotype.
If your mother is AA, and your father is
AA,
the child will have...
will definitely be AA. Because each parent would give one of theirs.
So AA, if the woman is AA and the man is AA, you can
compatible.
Go ahead. They do as part.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
Great.
Now, if the one partner is AS and the other partner is AA, just to clarify, AS does not mean you have sickle cell disease.
Okay.
What it means is that you carry the sickle cell traits. So you carry an S.
Okay.
And so you can transmit that S to your offspring or your child. You get it?
Okay.
Now, if your partner is AA and you are AS, you are still compatible because you don't risk having a child with sickle cell disease. The worst outcome you can have is a child who is a carrier of the trait, an AS.
All right, before we get into it, what does it mean to be a carrier of the trait? Because if I'm carrying it and you say I'm carrying it but I'm not sick, what does that mean?
Yeah. So, sickle cell disease, for us to say you have sickle cell disease, it means that you have 2 abnormal genotypes.
Okay.
Right? So that means that 2 that don't include an A. And out of these 2, at least one has to be an S. So if you have an S combined with anything else that's not an A, you have sickle cell disease. But if you have an S combined with an A, you have the sickle cell trait.
Okay.
You don't have the disease because the composition of the blood cells, so the A tends to be more than 60%, and the S tends to be less than 40%. And so that combination does not allow for you to have symptoms. It only means that you have that S that you can pass on to your offspring. And so if you have a partner who also has an S, there's a chance that you have a child with sickle cell disease.
Okay, so let's get back into it. It because this is very important for all the boys, especially my friends at the tiptoe lane. Very important for them. Now, so you have a partner. So we have a graphic. That's what I was trying to get to my producers. So you have AA and AA.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They can marry.
Yeah.
AA and AS, they can marry.
Yeah, exactly.
AA and SS, the graph said they can marry.
Yes, exactly.
But they say it's 50%.
Yeah, so that's just a compatibility rating. What it means is that one partner has sickle cell disease. That's the SS. That partner will definitely give an S to the child. but the other partner is AA. So that partner also definitely give an A. And so you have a child who is a carrier, who is not sick, does not have sickle cell disease.
But the SS in there is sick.
Yes. The person has sickle cell disease.
Yeah. Thank you.
But the SS means that the person
has
has
sickle cell disease.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But I'm just wondering how, let me get into it. But I'm wondering how someone with a sickle cell disease is able to still marry.
So sickle cell disease, just like any medical condition, does not mean you can't live a normal life.
Okay.
Yes, what it just means is that you would have to take certain precautions, and then you would have some symptoms, just like anybody with any other condition has. But definitely you can lead a normal life.
You can live a normal life.
Yeah.
You can fall in love and marry.
Exactly.
Great. But if you have it, you need to find someone with AA.
Exactly.
But there was a last part there. If you can put the image back there. So there is an AS and AS, and it's 25%. This one, if it was exams, clearly you have to do research. And they say it's not recommended. Can you explain this to us, too?
Yes. So the recommendation is based on the risk of having a child with sickle cell disease.
Okay.
Now, if you have AS marrying AS, what it means is that one partner would give, if the one partner gives A and the other partner gives their A, you have a normal child, AA. If one partner gives their A, the other partner gives the S, you have AS, which is a carrier, does not have sickle cell disease.
Okay.
If the one partner gives a S, the other partner gives a S, then you have a child with sickle cell disease.
So the options are many.
Exactly.
And the risk is high.
So there's a 1 out of 4 chance in this case of having a child with sickle cell disease. Now, some people interpret that to mean that when you have 4 children, 1 would have sickle cell disease. No. This 1 out of 4 chance applies to every new pregnancy. So for every pregnancy you have, there's a 1 out of 4 chance that you can have a child with sickle cell disease.
Even if they are twins, there's a chance that both of them can
have SS. Exactly.
Wow.
And so you can have 4 children or AA. You can also have 4 children or SS. Exactly.
And then the final one is what they said. They didn't even want to say much about it. AS and SS. They said, please, we beg you, don't fall in love.
Yeah.
Live your life. Be a doctor, go and do it, but don't fall in love. But I think the bottom line here is we established that at least you need to make sure that you know your genotype.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait to marry before you do that. You need to know it, all right? But then the other question is, how can they know it?
Right.
Where can they go to get it checked?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where Audrey comes in?
Sure.
Wonderful.
Sure. So, again, by the great leadership of Dr. Paul Eni, the CEO of Epodo Men's Hospital, Epodo Men's Hospital is running a campaign where we are testing all engaged couples for free.
Wait, for free?
For free.
Are you for real?
Absolutely.
We've got so many people marrying in December.
Yes.
Already have like 6 people who are married in December.
Even if there are 1,000 or 10,000 people, Epodo Men's Hospital is going to screen every engaged couple here in Ghana.
When is that happening?
Every time.
I think they have to add the groomsman and the bridesmaid.
Well, absolutely.
It's not bad.
Exactly.
Once you are a Ghanaian and then you are not married.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're actually checking for children too. You understand? Because now a child will grow and become, people do not know their status. So we are creating the awareness. We are hammering it on that. Just come and check.
But how will you know the person is going to marry? Is a couple? How will you know they are a couple?
Great. So ideally, you can come with your partner. We advise that you come with your partner. We advise that you come with your partner so that if there's a counseling session that we have to organize for you, of course, we are a health facility.
But can any person without a partner walk in and
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay. But you're advising that they should go with partners.
Exactly. Yes, come with your partner.
I like that.
Don't come alone. Yes.
Not bad.
But this is not limited to just engaged couples. It's still free for every Ghanaian.
Wow.
Every Ghanaian. So once you walk to Epodo Men's Hospital,
Airport Women's Hospital.
Yes, every Ghanaian. See, we are a health facility, but there's a saying, we give you, you give us. We are based in a community, in a nation that is helping us grow. It is time that we also help the people of the nation grow. That is why we are saying that this is for every Ghanaian. It's our social responsibility.
Wow.
It's a social cause. That is why we also found someone who has a voice in social causes. Our partner, Kobby Kyei.
Where can they find you? Where are you located?
Epodo Men's Hospital. We are located at number 16 Kofi Annan Street.
Okay.
What road?
That's the Kofi Annan Street.
The Kofi Annan Street. So if you are from Shiashi or the former Shangri-La Hotel.
Okay.
You just take a right going down to the Suma Banda Mosque. We are to your right. We are just by the roadside.
Wow.
Number 16 Kofi Annan Street.
But are there any other tests beyond the genotype that people can come and do? Because the genotype is free, but there are other tests they can
For premarital, yes, there are other tests like the sexually transmitted diseases, like your kidney life, your liver health. We do all that there. We do all that. But we are pushing this because it is time we marry right.
Yeah.
It is time we chose beyond what our feelings say. We are trying to build a better nation now, a better Ghana. So we cannot build a better Ghana when we have future leaders who all carry a certain disease that would prevent them from being very effective even at work. So imagine you are a worker at here, Joy, you say you have the disease, and then you are here, all of a sudden there's a crisis. Is the show going to end? What happens to the show? What happens to your employer? So we are trying to build a nation where every individual can be as effective and efficient as possible.
Wonderful. Kobby, final words to all the young boys and girls on the streets, across the country. This is free. Say something to them to come.
I think that I would say this, that if you don't check and you give birth, the baby is not going to be a burden, but you're going to be a burden
for the child.
Yeah. And that, you have to note that. Again, yesterday I tweeted that, do you know your genotype? Just that, with a question mark. And I saw a lot of young boys on X trying to play around because they don't see the magnitude of the whole thing. And so they will just make fun out of it. And then later when they find out that this is the problem, and that is when they'll go back and say that, had I known?
Yeah.
So I entreat everyone, especially when they are saying that it is free, just make sure quietly with your partner, with your spouse, make sure that it should be a lifestyle.
Yeah.
From senior high schools. I was on one platform, and yesterday when we finished, we had to check the whole production team. It was amazing. I mean, the fact that the producers were coming out, the camera guys were coming out. I don't know, do you know your genotype?
Yeah, I'm AA.
Oh, hot cake.
Sharp. Sharp. So you've got to go to Airport Women's Hospital and get it checked.
You have the number? You can share the number.
Right?
Yes. You can also call us on 0302-736-107. 0302-736-107.
And I'm sure in all the social media.
We are on X, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn as Airport Women's Hospital.
Wonderful. So get there, you get more details, hop in there, go get checked. And it's very important that you get checked, all right? It's great to fall in love, but it's better to know your genotype while being in love, even before you get married. I'm AA. If you're AA, let's link up. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just to highlight a few quick things. Number one, we know the difficulty that comes with when you're already very advanced in your relationship or almost married and having to separate and all that. That's why I recommend that you get tested very early, well ahead of time.
Yeah.
Number two, the reason you should know is that this S trait is very common in our part of the world. Yeah. Actually, studies have shown that in Ghana, 1 out of every 3 people carry the S. And so you should know whether you have the S or not. Then finally, your blood group is not the same as your sickle cell genotype. So people assume they know their blood group, O negative, O positive. So they don't have to check anything beyond that. But it's very important. And then finally, sickle cell disease is not just SS, right? Remember I said if you have S plus anything else, that's not an A, you have sickle cell disease. So you have S combined with a C, is sickle cell disease. So this graphic we showed is just a simplified version. Yeah. So you should know the exact genotype and then come for advice.
Wonderful. This is really good. So Airport Women's Hospital, thank you very much for this project you've embarked on, and want to invite all of you to go be part of it.